I'm Captain Logan.
And I'm Eric.
And today we're going to talk about a trailer that we did not expect to do a video on, but we sat down, we watched this trailer, and we went, oh, that looks like a good trailer.
Yeah.
You know? Like, that's a well-put-together trailer.
Yep.
I don't know if this movie is going to be worth watching.
I don't know.
But, and Eric and I are two of the only people on the planet that kind of sort of liked Transformers 4.
No, I like Transformers 4. I mean...
It's too long. It's got problems.
It's got problems, but it's also that thing of, like, when you're grading within the series...
Yes.
Like, based on the curve of that series...
It's the best of them.
It is far and away the best of them. For more of my thoughts, I did commentaries for all 4 films. They're on this channel.
For more of my thoughts, I got duped into doing the spoiler cast on that video. Or on that movie.
We both went and saw it. We liked it.
Yeah. And then I started questioning everything about myself after people were leaving comments. You guys are out of your minds. But yeah, your standards get lower, certainly. I mean, I'm not saying that's a great, or even a good film, but I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's too long, but... And this looks like...
And this will have that same problem, I bet.
Oh, it's going to be too long?
It'll be too long.
But it looks like, based on, like, the setting, he's getting rid of everything that everyone hates, right? Like, there's no suburbia, there's none of that, like... it's a war zone.
Yeah.
I don't know, it looks like he's getting rid of all that stuff. Well, and this is... Okay, he has said this for the past 3 films, but he says this is his last one.
Yeah.
He keeps...
When he says his last one, does he mean this franchise ends?
Oh, no. You don't know about this?
No, I don't.
Oh.
Well, I feel like I heard something at some point about like 3 or 4 more or something.
Transformers is a shared universe. This is going to kick off the shared universe. We're going to do a movie set on Cybertron. We're going to do a Bumblebee movie.
Oh, okay.
Beast Wars is not off the table.
Oh, boy. I mean, I want to be excited about that. I feel like if you're going to go shared universe with Transformers, you need to redesign it from the ground up. The look of it.
I agree.
We have to get past this, like, big hulking metal... I mean, they are big hulking... But you know what I'm talking about? Like, you have to streamline it a little bit, I think.
No, I know what you're talking about.
You have to make characters that in the Transformers that can be a little more expressive as you can be with those faces, I think.
But this movie has the potential to actually be the best of them.
Yeah, I think so
genuinely good. Because this is the first film that comes out. They put together a writer's room for this franchise.
Oh.
Which involved Robert Kirkman for 2 days.
Do you mean they're, like, thinking ahead?
Oh, yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, and
there's forethought?
It's all headed up by Akiva Goldsman.
And I like Goldsman.
Yeah, if you look in the credits, it says story. He
I saw that.
But story buying, and it's written by the guys that wrote Iron Man, I think.
Did he ever... wrote Iron Man? Did he ever... But has he worked on the others at all?
Akiva Goldsman, no.
Okay.
No, he was brought in to head up this project.
I would not let myself get excited about that, because I figured his name was on 1 or 2 of the others.
No, they've been on none of the others.
There could be something here, guys.
Yeah. There were 2 big-name writers in that writer's room. Both of them left for separate reasons. I forget what they were. But, still, there is a writer's room. They're plotting a universe.
That could be really cool. It's as much as I'm sick of hearing studios go, let's make a shared universe because that's a billion dollar phenomenon for Marvel. It makes sense with Transformers because they make money. Yeah. I mean, like, it makes sense for them to be thinking that, and if they can reinvigorate that, and maybe maybe what I really mean is vigorate that. This might be the thing it might be money milking, or it might be because we're thinking ahead and planning things together. It gets good.
Yeah. Well, and because there
is obviously enough interest in it. They make $1 billion.
Well, and this isn't...
We're close.
This isn't like a lot of those things where it's like, it's the first film franchise, it's going to be a 17-film universe. We're 5 films in.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, let's expand beyond this. I think that's better, I think. I'm not sure.
Yeah. Well, and... I always feel weird about the shared universe idea, like what constitutes that. I don't want to get too far into that again, but like with Marvel, it's okay. You have some different films that could have been in their own universes to some degree. I mean, I realize there's already a little bit of interplay with Iron Man and Hulk right away, but by and large, we're telling different stories that don't really cross that much, and then we cross them all later. This is kind of different. You start with with a standing franchise. It's like Star Wars. Like, we're kind of calling Star Wars a shared universe. Well, it already is that. Like, that's kind of weird. What it really is spin-offs.
Yeah.
And you could even have spin-off franchises, but Avengers is not a spin-off franchise from Iron Man. That is a shared universe. So, I don't know. There's a distinction there to me, but I guess to their credit, the reason I'm saying that is doing spin-offs of this material, if it's good and if it's not horribly insulting and there's not, and there's not all that stupid adult comedy that I hated in the first two, then go for it.
Yeah. Well, and
Cybertron sounds potentially exciting. I'd like to see that.
Much like G.I. Joe, there's 12.9 trillion characters.
Yeah. You can't put them all in one movie.
Yeah, or you do what we've been doing, where you shove them all in one movie, and then they all get shortchanged.
Which is like what we were doing with X-Men.
Yeah, so it makes sense that you would spin off and be like, oh yeah, we have these cool characters, and we'll put them in this one, or we'll put them in that one. You don't have to worry about like, oh man, I got to see Swerve for 5 seconds. He didn't say nothing. He barely transformed, but I got to see him.
Does this mean I might finally get my Dispensor movie?
You're never gonna.
Could I get my Dispensor movie?
That's not gonna happen.
Could I get just Transformers product placement?
You don't even know Mountain Dew is in this post-Transformers War world.
It's true,
it might not have made it.
That's a good point. Well, and that's kind of exciting too, right? Having a new status quo that's far and away from what our world looks like.
That was my pitch.
Yeah.
If anybody wants to go listen to the Let's Do It Again video on Transformers, which is our worst video because we had to record the second time.
This is why he's excited about this movie.
Yeah, it's my pitch! I mean, the details are different.
Yeah.
But it is a world where Optimus Prime left, because he left at the end of 4, and there's just a massive war between humans and Transformers, and Optimus Prime has to come back, and he's crazy? And Bumblebee dies in my pitch?
Does he really?
Oh, yeah.
That's what they're doing in this.
Yeah.
Or at least it looks like
it's completely different.
Yeah.
It's just I hate Bumblebee, and so like opening frame is him getting killed. But it's kind of similar, and I was excited. I thought that was cool.
You know what? You say opening frame. I'm going to predict right now that happens in the first act.
Optimus Prime attacking Bumblebee?
Yes. I'm going to predict right now that happens in the first act. Yep, I bet they waste no time. Like, it will probably be too long, but I bet he comes in real quick and they waste no time. Because
I don't think so.
It's their... Okay, we'll see what happens.
Okay.
I really think that's what they'll do because that's just my instincts, because this is the first trailer, and a lot of the time when you have your big like what the heck moment at the end of a trailer like that, it's something that happens real early.
But we have shots of Optimus in space. Now the joke I made at the end
sure, he's on his way back and then he comes back like
he's just floating there.
Right.
Like frozen in space.
Sure, and that could be your okay, maybe it happens in the middle of it. I don't know.
Yeah,
but I mean,
that's what I'm thinking. It's probably the middle. Because I'm assuming
that's a good point.
What's going to happen is he's going to get somewhere and find out he has to go back to Earth.
Okay, but what if he gets, like, rescued by the Transformers in the first act?
Yeah.
Or, like, at the beginning of the movie. Like that could be the opening of your movie, too.
I mean, the joke I made at the end of 4...
I might be wrong. That was just the first thing I thought. I was like, they're going to make a big deal out of him attacking Bumblebee, and they're going to... That's going to be the beginning of the movie. Now, that first act will be 50 minutes long. So there's plenty of time for everything we're talking about.
This whole trailer is the first act of the movie.
They will cram 4 films into this movie.
Yeah.
Because that's what they do.
But the joke I had at the end of 4 was that because he leaves and he's like, I'm gonna find our creators. And I was like, I guarantee you, beginning of the next movie, it's just him crashing to Earth. And just being like, don't go to space.
I think one of the reasons, let's talk more about the framework of the trailer and what it looks like and what it sounds like, especially what it sounds like.
Because we were blown away. I mean, I've been following the production of this film.
Apparently not closely enough.
So there were things that I knew in this trailer, like I knew Cade Yeager was here. So when you're like, is that Cade Yeager? I'm like, yes, that's Cade Yeager, because I knew he was in it. I think I knew Lennox was back, and I knew that his daughter wasn't in it. I did not know who was voiceovering the trailer.
Well, not just voiceovering, he's got top billing on IMDb, which is interesting. Yeah, and that's why I was surprised you didn't know that, because I was like, because then I went and looked it up, and I was like, we're probably super late to the party. Everybody knew Anthony Hopkins was in this.
Yeah.
And part of the reason that we were so surprised by this trailer was because we didn't know too much, and we got to be surprised by that.
Yeah, we were like,
and that was really cool.
Like I was like, this trailer seems familiar. Oh, it's Thor: The Dark World. Is that Anthony Hopkins?
Why is Anthony Hopkins in this? I just want... See, I don't want him in the movie. Because having experienced this movie, I just want him to narrate the entire film.
Yeah.
And I don't think I'm kidding. I think you could get away with that with these.
I kind of want him to...
I think that'd be great.
Be a Transformer.
That's fun, too. But imagine you do a Transformers movie like this as if it were a documentary. Mm-hmm. And you just have him voice the whole thing over, and then Optimus Prime murdered Bumblebee, and the humans were driven underground, and you see all the humans and then the bodies falling off the trucks, and yeah.
No one saw it coming when Galvatron was the savior. He's not in this trailer at all.
Galvatron, is he in the movie?
I don't know.
Okay,
but yes, because I was angry.
He about would have to be, right?
Well, I was angry.
See, I can't remember enough of what happens in 4.
He runs away like it's the end of a cartoon episode. He's like, I'll get you next time, Autobots.
Yeah.
But Michael Bay made a big deal. The first thing we saw from this movie was an image of Optimus Prime and an image of Megatron.
Yeah, and I was that's what I was going to ask you. What I was going to ask you is there any possible way for Megatron to return from Galvatron?
I mean, if they hate me. But his new design was cool. I don't like it as much as Galvatron. I really like Galvatron's design. But yeah, I mean, at the end of that movie, Megatron's consciousness is all there, so he did not call himself Galvatron, but he did in that movie.
The same.
In fact, all he did in that movie was announce, "I am Galvatron." So I don't know. You
got one line. Read it 55 times.
I love Galvatron, and Galvatron never gets respect, or he's just Megatron repainted. I was so excited last movie to get a actually redesigned character named Galvatron. Yeah, and of course, by the next movie, he's Megatron again.
But
none of that's in this trailer.
Now that you're reminding me what in the world happens in that movie, I remember kind of liking how they handle Galvatron a little bit.
I liked him. But
we are so apologetic about our enjoyment of that film.
So and I mean, I was gonna like Galvatron. There's a couple of characters. I saw that movie because Grimlock was in it. Because Grimlock's my favorite.
And I got dinosaurs.
And Grimlock is the lead dinosaur.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I'm not a Transformers guy.
Yeah.
I mean, most of you folks who follow us will know that about me. I'm not a Transformers guy.
But
now that you say that, I'm like, oh yeah, Grimlock, because I watched the '86 movie.
But there's Dinobots in this trailer, which means the Dinobots are coming back.
I didn't even notice them.
Oh yeah, it's just
what were they?
It's like a scenery shot, and the pterodactyl one with 2 heads flies by. I know he Swoop in the animated series. I don't know if he Swoop in the movies or if they thought Swoop was a dumb name, because sometimes they do that. But he's flying by a cliffside.
Sounds like arbitrary standards to me, but okay.
Well, I don't know. Michael Bay's weird. I'm pretty sure he's Swoop. It's not like they get named in the movie.
Never spoken.
But he's flying by cliffside, so I was like, oh good, we're gonna get Dinobots, because we have this tendency to introduce a group of characters, and then the next movie they're just nowhere.
Yeah.
And so I was worried that we weren't gonna get Dinobots again, but we are.
This immediately looked to me like it was building on what they just did.
Yeah. No, it looks like a sequel, which is not what these films have been.
And 4 could look like a setup movie.
And 4 feels like a setup movie.
Yeah. But I didn't expect that it necessarily would be.
There's some stuff in this that makes me think maybe Unicron.
Yeah.
Or setting up Unicron. Because we have a planet getting destroyed.
Who do you get to voice that?
Orson Welles.
No, I know. That's why I'm saying who do
Anthony Hopkins.
Yeah, exactly. You're making my point for me. This is a dead person.
But we have a planet being destroyed, or possibly transforming and opening up and destroying the moon.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have a thing where we're looking up at the sky and there's something.
The dark
there.
of the moon and all of the rest of the moon.
Yeah, the whole of the moon.
The whole of the moon. Mm-hmm.
That's my solo album. The whole of the moon.
They were gonna call that movie The Whole Side of the Moon, but they couldn't. They were afraid of copyright infringement with that album. So yeah.
What else happens? You know what? Here's the so the fact that Megatron and no notable Decepticons are in this trailer at all.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you about that.
Because it looks like it's a war between Autobots and humans for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting. But,
well, wouldn't you expect some kind of a Decepticon team-up, probably? Like, one or two of them come to the Autobots' aid because they're having to fight the humans?
Yeah, probably. Or the Autobots start doing bad things. Like the Autobots and Decepticons have united as a front against the humans, and now the Autobots are doing things that maybe they shouldn't be doing.
When you mention they're talking about a Cybertron movie, is it a flashback movie, or is it?
I'm not sure.
Or is it moving forward? Because they could easily set that up here.
It could be one of two things.
Like, we could end this movie on Cybertron potentially.
You could do a flashback.
I mean, I know that it's supposed to be Cybertron is destroyed, but they could do something to revitalize it or something.
So they could do a flashback. You have to remember, in this universe, Cybertron is like ravaged by war and unlivable.
Yeah.
Someone working on this movie is reading the IDW comics, because when this was first announced, they said last night, and in 4, I think they talked about the Knights of Cybertron. That's new. That's like the most recent run of Transformers new.
Interesting.
The book that just ended at like 52 or whatever, or 55, that's where that comes from. Someone's reading that stuff. So there are 2 Transformers books. There's that one, and then there's another one that is Bumblebee returning to Cybertron because it's finally livable again. Mm-hmm. And it's like a political book. They could do that. The Bumblebee movie could be the Cybertron movie, and it could be him and a bunch of people done with the war going back to Cybertron because it's finally livable again.
Or there could be a prequel movie set on Cybertron, and the Bumblebee movie is him in present day going to Cybertron.
That's true.
That doesn't necessarily have to be the Cybertron movie.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Because I could see them wanting to play out the Cybertron war on screen.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's like what we all want.
That seems like a no-brainer.
Yeah.
I could see them doing that.
Yeah.
And they would probably call back to '86 real hard.
Yeah. Yeah.
If they did that.
And
they should have a soundtrack like that.
Well,
that would just be great.
And they would get to do the thing that these movies don't get to do, which is they get to be a superhero origin film. Because what you would do if you're doing a Cybertron film is you would do the ascension of Orion Pax to Optimus Prime. That is the movie you would make.
Which I know nothing about. I always forget that he's something else.
One day I might make you read. We
don't have a show called that.
Yeah.
We do not have a show called He Made
One day I will suggest you read War Within. Because that's what that story is. And it is the definitive, like, oh, this is what you would do if you made something on Cybertron. What else?
Well, one thing I think is really ironic, if you're right about all that they're looking at current cool stuff
is they weren't
going on in IDW, is that they weren't doing that with Ninja Turtles, and that is the same production company.
Yep.
And that franchise is dead now.
Amadeus. It is a dead franchise.
It is a dead franchise, yeah.
I'm trying to go...
because there's a thing you could easily make a shared universe for. They're doing it in the IDW comic. They have so many characters, they had to make a new monthly.
You could do the mutant animals.
Oh yeah, If you set them up such that they're exciting and people want to see more about them, I mean that is a mutate terror cell. Like their miniseries was fascinating.
Yeah,
and they made me give a crap about Old Hob. It's amazing. Anyway, what else with this trailer? There's a bunch of quick shots of various wars throughout history at the beginning.
Yeah, we have the Revolutionary War, the Civil War, World War II. I think that's it. I don't think they go to Vietnam.
Just some of the big major obvious.
Yeah, and there's this narration about like two sides and like it's all about war and how it like seems to naturally happen. Yeah. Like there's always two sides, like almost like a.
This history is going to repeat itself. We can't learn from this.
Yeah, this is how it always happens. There's always two sides. And then it doesn't even feel. This is my guess is what they're doing with that. It doesn't feel like a Transformers trailer. And then goes one side flesh, one side metal, and then you see the Transformer.
So that if you're in the movie theater, you go, "What is this? Oh,
it's Transformers."
It's Transformers, yeah.
Yeah.
But I really doubt that they CGI'd those war bits just for the trailer.
No, it's going to be in the movie.
So I'm wondering if Anthony Hopkins doesn't do a voiceover bookend.
Peter Cullen might murder him because Peter Cullen voiceover bookends all of these movies.
Yeah, exactly. that's the thing. Well, it's like it's like Professor X.
Yeah, it's exactly like that.
Evolution. Yeah.
It is exactly like that. Yeah, maybe that is the opening of the film.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It probably is. Because at first I was sort of like, maybe we're doing alternate history stuff. I don't think so. I think...
And we get one shot of Anthony Hopkins. We know he's in this movie. He's an old man. He's looking at like a symbol. Yeah. That's the other thing is he's
probably like a professor or something, like a
yeah,
or I figured like a maybe an archaeologist or something. I'm not sure.
Transformology professor. But last week we set up the Knights of Cybertron, and we set up their creators. That's the big thing. As Optimus Prime leaves to find the creators, neither of that's in this trailer.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a 2-minute... It's a good trailer.
But the name of the film is The Last Night.
Yeah,
so obviously
so we know that's
what we're
there.
doing. Yeah.
But the creators...
And we got a big sword. We got a big broadsword.
We did get a big broadsword. Which... I think Optimus Prime might die again. I think that might be like an almost last shot of the movie.
Dead again.
Because I think that's his sword. He might die again.
I've always said he should have come back with a mullet and a big black costume. I don't know why.
That's not how Optimus Prime comes back.
Oh, it's not?
No, he comes back as a crazy zombie that tries to murder everyone, and then he comes back for real.
But with no mullet.
No, but he's missing. But his eyepieces is cracks. You can see like the inner like robot eye.
Oh, that's cool.
And he's got like cracks and damages in his armor, in his body.
See, there's a metaphor there. You know, there's cracks in his armor.
Yeah, and he's evil.
Right, and that.
Yeah.
Right.
Anyways,
he couldn't keep up his altruism forever, you know, and so then.
Well, he was brought back as a zombie, and there was a virus, and it's a whole thing.
Yeah, but I mean, here it looks like he might be going against his conviction. Although wasn't he?
He's a murderous sociopath.
Yeah.
He's a murderous sociopath in these movies. Matt, if you go listen to our commentaries, Matt and I track it throughout the films.
Yeah.
As he just gets crazier every movie. But this is written by
real... So here he's going to be a serial killer then, right?
Let's remember, the first 2 films are written by Kurtzman and Orsi. And the second 2 films are written by a guy who's written basically nothing else.
Yeah.
This is written by...
This is Goldsman.
Well, he's story. He's not the writer.
Oh, right, okay.
But the other writers are actual writers of screen credits. I mean, they wrote Iron Man, but... They've done other things too. Like, these are actual writers with actual screen credits.
No, I mean, Orsi and Kurtzman had screen credits too. They just aren't good writers.
Well, they had TV show.
Or was Transformers the beginning?
I think that's the beginning.
Okay.
Because remember, they're Hercules Xena. That's where they come from.
Yeah.
But I think Transformers is their first big thing. So...
I see where you're going. You're just saying Transformers was the first... I forgot that was their first.
But yeah... This is potentially a good movie. This could be a good movie. This could be the turning point in the Transformers franchise.
It's a trailer that got my attention for a not-so-good movie, and props on whoever cut it.
Yep. This could be the redemption of this franchise.
It could.
This could be...
It could be kind of soft reboot territory.
You know what? Well, that's what the last one was, too.
Well, yeah, except people didn't buy it.
Yeah.
Like we kind of enjoyed it, but a lot of people didn't like it. What if this is, like, legitimately a pretty darn good movie and it wins people over?
This could be for this franchise because I keep making jokes about how what franchise has this. This could be the second one. This could be like Fast 5.
Yeah.
Like what franchise are people like? No. It gets good at 5. This could be the second one that gets good at 5.
They should have called it Trans 5.
Yeah, they should have. Well, somehow they messed up Transformers.
Trans-5-Wars. Yeah, yeah.
That's right there.
It's right there. Except we make fun of, Fan-Fantastic. They did that.
No, Transformers. That's what it should have been.
Yeah, because at least you're not having to put a number in the middle of it, and then it's weird to try to pronounce it. It's like, no, you Transformers.
Yeah.
And we live in a text-speak culture, and...
Yeah. Unfortunately. The problem with Fantastic Four is... There's no 4 in Fantastic. There is in Transformers.
There's no I in Team, and there's no 4 in Fantastic. It's true. Well, everybody, thanks so much for watching. We sure appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed it, and let us know what you think of this trailer. Like I said, we had no intention of doing a video on this.
No, we were just like, oh, it's out. Let's watch it.
We like to tell people we kind of thought this looked cool.
I'm excited.
Thanks again, folks. We'll see you next time. I'm Captain Logan.
I'm Eric.